Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell, I am inside of my garage because I am about to head out. But as you guys saw, I recently launched my very own podcast. What do we think about it? I wanted to sit down and just make like a video just explaining the entire podcast, like our future plans, our current plans, the very first episode, because we did launch the very first episode with Miss Amanda, and I just wanted to talk about like the constructive criticism, good feedback, the bad feedback, just everything. Okay, so before continuing on today's video, I have to show you guys my new intimates. I'm actually wearing it right now. I want to tell you guys about this set that I have on from the Fits Everybody collection from Skims. Look, let me show you guys. Mucha ropa. The fabric and everything is amazing. It's like butter on your skin. Look at this beautiful bralette that picks up the breastfeeding girlies. Just look at how nice this bralette fits all around. Do you guys know that this is my very first intimate set by Skims? I've never in my life owned anything Skims besides the bodysuits until now, and I love them, especially wearing them under my sweaters, my jackets, because one thing that I do not like is I am very specific about my bras or bralettes having padding. I do not like the padding. I like it to feel very comfortable and very soft on my skin. And I also got underwear, so let me show you guys. This is the dipped front thong from the Fits Everybody collection, and this material is insane. I just put on the underwear and I can't believe I'm one of the very last ones to ever try Skims underwears. All of my friends rage about their underwears and now I know the hype. Just look at the fabric of this bottom. Look at how stretchy it is. It feels like I'm not wearing anything. And as you guys know, I do have a scar that's still healing, and I love that just in case I don't have my scar tape on, this material is not going to irritate my scar. Just look at this stretch. It melts perfectly onto my skin and my scar won't be irritated with it. And not only that, I did breastfeed Alani, so my boobs changed completely. And I love that the bralette picks up the girls pretty nice with no wiring in the bottom or anything, and the material feels so good. It almost feels like a bralette that you can go to sleep with. That's how comfortable it is. Why was I the last one to experience this comfort? And I do have a link in my description box below. Click the link in my description box to check out the Fits Everybody collection. And this collection available in sizes extra small all the way through 4X. If you guys have not tried Skims material or their intimates or this collection itself, make sure to let them know that I sent you. Select YouTube on the survey and make sure you click my channel's name and the drop down menu that follows. You guys are going to be obsessed with this material. But that being said, let's get right onto the video. So let's get started. As you guys saw, I launched my very own podcast and a lot of people really loved the name. Thank you guys so much. So the podcast is called Me and Who Else, and a lot of people really liked it, which I'm so happy about because I had different names in mind, and I'm so happy that we ended up choosing this one. But let me tell you guys some of the names that we had in mind. I have the very first one on our notes. We had Read the Room, which is kind of like, it's okay, but we ended up not going with that one because it was actually taken on YouTube, so that was our sign. And then another one was Something Else, so that was like, and I think like behind that name I was just gonna be like, oh, like something like this podcast is like something else or something. And I'm just so happy that I ended up not going with that one either, because I'm like, ugh, I kind of don't like it now. And another one was something along the lines of like Everything Else, or I don't have it right in front of me, but it was something like that. And the reason why I wanted to include Else is because my really close friends, like all of like my childhood best friends, they all call me Else. So that's kind of where that came about. And I just thought it was so cute because it was gonna be Me and Who Else on my podcast. Like, I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Me and Who Else. That is so cute, and I'm so happy you guys loved it. So thank you guys so much for the good feedback on that. And then the entire like aesthetic, the decor, if I'm being honest, I never ever in a million years pictured, like when I wanted to do my podcast, I never pictured it to be exactly the way that it's now. I had way different vision for it. I think that I was going more towards like just something very soft and very minimal. Like for example, like the walls being like a very light beige or like a very light tan, and I wanted everything to be very minimal, like no furniture, like nothing. I just wanted it to look pretty much very boring. That kind of was the vision for it in the beginning, and I am gonna post a TikTok on how we decided to make it that look, including the paint, which we did like a chocolate brown, which is my favorite color. If you guys don't know, my car is chocolate brown, so it was almost like if it was meant to be, because I was just like, I never pictured for my podcast room to have a chocolate brown wall, but the fact that it just ended up leading me there, I'm like, oh, like it really does feel like it's me. And I think my number one goal for the entire aesthetic was to for sure have it gender neutral, because I do want to bring on not only girls but also guys as well. So I didn't want to make it too girly. Like and plus, to begin with, I am just not a girly girl. Like I feel like I'm a little bit of like more of the tomboy. Like I don't really like pinks, and like as you guys can tell, I just feel like, yeah, I just could not do a girly girl. That's just not me. So I think the aesthetic was perfect. Okay, the next thing that I kind of want to go over is, why did I decide to do a podcast when I am probably like I'm probably like the most introvert, very soft-spoken, very to herself. I try not to like involve myself in any drama, and I'm super shy. I don't really speak about anything. I never touch base on anything like that. I just kind of keep it to myself, and I just let people ride the wave and let them think whatever it is that they want of me. And I am just not very vocal on social media when it comes to like anything that's circulating with my name or just any backlash or anything. I'm just very just to myself. I don't really like feed into any of that. But obviously, as you guys know, in last year during my recovery, I had a lot of downtime. A lot. And I mean downtime as in like I wasn't doing much. I was just recovering, and which kind of led me to have a lot of alone time. And I also stayed off of social media. I tried my best to get off of social media just to kind of clear my head. And I feel like that's kind of what led me to create the podcast, because I had a lot of days and weeks and months where I was just like, I just want to do something different with my life. I think that a lot of things have shaped me to be the person that I'm truly not, because I just think that I used to like be so funny. I just used to be very fun and outgoing, and I think all these years have shaped me to be the person that I am now, which is very like quiet, very shy. I'm just dry as fuck. Like I'm just boring. Like, and I don't know, there was something in me during my downtime that I was just like, I just want to find my spark back. I think that's what it was. I just want to find myself back, because I miss myself. I just miss who I was, and I just want to reshape myself again. But the main reason why I wanted to create my podcast was just because I just want to find myself again. And I think challenging myself with this podcast is really important for me, because I'm really putting myself in really uncomfortable situations, you know, where I'm having to speak to people, where I'm having to keep up the conversation, where I'm having to have a conversation that flows pretty good, where I'm having to like bounce off their conversation, where I'm having to ask questions, and I'm not used to that. I'm so awkward when it comes to communicating with people. I'm so awkward when it comes to like continuing a conversation. Like, I remember last time I was out eating with Evelyn, it was just me and her. We had just left Becky G's event for her makeup line, and I remember I literally sat there and I dead ass asked her, so like, what kind of forks do you like, or something along those lines. And to this day we laugh about it, because that's how awkward I am. Like, why am I asking someone about forks? I just get so anxious, and so I just don't know how to communicate with people. I know how to communicate with the camera. I just don't know how to be put in like uncomfortable situations. And I really feel like in my real life, I really want to challenge myself with that. I just really want to grow in that area in my life. And I think me starting this podcast was for sure going to help me grow my character again, and of course to challenge myself. So I'm really excited about that. I honestly think that's the main reason why I wanted to do my podcast, because a lot of people did not expect for little old me to start one, especially because I used to use a damn frozen microphone to speak up, because I used to speak very soft and quiet. I prayed on it a lot. I've been trying to
also grow my relationship with God, and I've been trying to praise him publicly, and I just want to make him proud. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I just really want to challenge myself. This is like personal beef with myself. If this is what I'm supposed to do, like, give me the courage to do it, give me the stability to work. And if it's not, then you know what, just stop me and give me signs that, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So I also wanted to create my platform to just praise Jesus himself. I've been trying my best to get closer to him. I know that there's a lot that I still have to work on. I truly believe that this year I'm going to shape my person not only into like a woman of Christ, but also into like someone that I am really happy with. So that being said, I'm just excited. I'm just really excited for this. And I also did want to touch base on the feedback that I got on the very first video, on the good feedback, on the bad feedback. I also don't want to call it bad feedback, because I know some people, they really do mean it as constructive criticism. So I'm gonna take it as that. I'm an open mind. Like, someone can come to me and communicate with me. If the message is delivered the correct way, in the respectful way, I'm going to listen. It's a difference when you're coming to me and you're telling me like, hey, you know, I think your podcast can improve if you do this, versus like, Elsy's boring, she's being rude. Like, that's a little different. Okay, so I do think that I can be very open-minded about things like that. So first, let's touch base on the good feedback. So I was getting a lot of good feedback. First of all, you guys really love the name, so thank you guys so much. You guys love like the aesthetic, like how the room looked. Thank you guys so much. And then what other good feedback? Like, that's so many good feedback I got. No, I'm kidding. No, I did get some good feedback where someone did say that they really liked that I didn't make Amanda feel uncomfortable, nor was I shoving uncomfortable questions down her throat. Like, I just made sure that, you know, I didn't ask her anything out of pocket. And that's the goal, you guys. I do not want to bring someone on and I'm like, spill all your tea right now. Like, absolutely not. I understand that that's what people feed off of, which is like the cheeseman stuff. But with Amanda and future guests as well, we actually wrote all the questions prior and we sent them to Amanda so she can review them, because I was not going to put her in a position where she's caught off guard or anything like that. So she came that day knowing what to expect, and that's the goal. Like, we want to make sure that we do like a deep dive on whatever creator is on the podcast that day, and we ask the appropriate questions. I know some people are gonna be like, well, that's boring, but this is not what this channel is going to give. I'm sorry. And I also want to bring up the constructive criticism that some of you guys gave me. Thank you guys so much for even giving me like pointers, tips, all of that advice. One of them being was that I kept like repeating some of my questions to her, and I honestly, I probably was just because I just feel like I was so nervous. So I think that was on my end. I think that was my fault, because when I did look back at the footage, I was just like, I kind of already asked her that same question, but I just kind of worded it very differently. So yes, that I can agree with you guys. I definitely did do that. So that's something that I do want to work on. A second thing was some random like weird edits that the video had. Like, there was a moment where like Amanda was done talking, I kind of looked where like the cameras were. So that happened, you guys, because for my podcast, like, I did not want to have like, do you guys know like sometimes when people are like asking questions, they have cards in their hands, or like they might have like an iPad to kind of note like where they're going. So the production team actually has that, so I'm bouncing back off of them, because I did not want to physically be there and just be like this. I wanted to like make sure that I was paying full attention to the creator, to the influencer. So I was bouncing off of the production team. So we already had all of the questions set. So for example, when Amanda was then talking about a certain topic, like, I would look over and that was me signaling them like, okay, I'm ready for the next question. So that was the weird cuts. I honestly don't know what happened. That was our fault as well. We just didn't cut those little parts out. I believe it was just like 2 parts. That was 100% our fault. We have to, obviously, like, you guys, we're new to this, and I think that we should definitely rewatch the video like 3 times, 4 times if we have to make sure that we don't add those clips on there. Another thing that I did notice about myself in the video is that I literally looked like I was like daydreaming or something, or I was like disassociating. But I think that's what I mean. Like, I get so nervous that I feel like I'm like in like stuck freeze mode, and I'm like, and I totally blank out, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot the next question. And that's what I'm saying, guys. I really want to challenge. That's, like I said, that's personal beef with myself. I hate that I do that, because I do that in real life. to strangers, to like people that I'm just meeting. Like I notice that I get in such a like functional freeze state where I'm like, or I'm like this, scratching my head, because I noticed that I was scratching my head a lot, or I'm like this, or I go like this, and it looks like I'm probably like just observing the person or like judging the person, but I'm really just like disassociating. It really feels like my soul's leaving my body because of how nervous I am. So I need to work on that. And I've actually realized this in a lot of my old YouTube videos as well, or my current ones. Or if I go like this just means that please get me out of there. I'm having a really bad anxiety attack and I'm nervous. So I just really want to work on that. I'm really challenging myself to just relax. Like life is not that serious. You're having a regular conversation with a friend that you've known for so long. Like it's okay. Relax. But the pressure was that I had cameras in front of me and I had the production team in front of me, so it was a lot. Even after like Amanda left, I was talking to the production team. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I felt the awkwardness, I felt the tension, like I just felt myself not really being there. But you know what, we have these conversations and we're gonna work on it. I feel like they've been supporting me and they've just been like, no, you'll get better at it. It's your first episode, you're not used to this. So yeah, I do want to apologize for that, because I did notice that like my body language was very like, God, I just have to work on that. And that's pretty much it from the feedback that I got. There's just so much that went into the podcast. For example, like our logos, we were so indecisive with how we wanted the logo. I'm gonna put a bunch of different logos on here. We had no idea what we wanted. We were trying different fonts, just different colors. We just wanted to play with it, and we ended up finalizing this one specifically because we felt like it matched the look more. And yeah, we ended up going with the logo that I currently have right now. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to talk about were future plans. I've been seeing a lot of comments about like, please bring this person, please bring this creator. I have asked a ton of people. Trust me, I've asked everyone that you guys have requested already, but it's just the time management that kind of like gets in the way of some of certain people's schedules. I really do hope that one day they can come on, because trust me, I have asked everyone that you guys are commenting. I have to work on their schedule and not mine, and I have to respect their time, because when I tell you guys my next two guests, you guys are gonna be like, this is so random. Elsy, like this is so random. But that's the point. I want to bring on different creators, influencers, reality TV stars. I just want to bring on different people from different areas. I want to market different audience, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to specifically just stay in like the Hispanic community. I really do want to target different creators, whether they are Twitch streamers, whether they are makeup artists, whether they are athletes. Literally, like that is my long-term goal. I just want to have fun with it. I want to play with it. I want to meet different people, and I also want to bring on creators and stuff, but I also do want to bring on like people in my personal life, like my best friends, maybe even my mom, my sisters. I just want to have a space where a way completely different audience can watch it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? But yes, that also does not mean that you guys cannot stop suggesting creators. Please feel free to suggest whoever you want to watch. They don't have to be a huge creator. They can be like an upcoming one. They can live in a whole different country. So yes, a lot has been going on behind closed doors. We actually started working on this podcast last year in October. So we've sat down and we kind of created a plan for it. And yeah, we're just excited to see where it goes, and I really do hope that I can get your favorite creators on this podcast as well. And then lastly, I did want to say this, another thing that we kind of went over. Not only did we want to do like the podcast where we're sitting down, we're having a conversation, we also wanted to do exclusive content. For example, with Amanda, we did like a fun little questionnaire on Snapchat, and we were on a time crunch with Amanda because of the time that we started, so we couldn't really do exclusive content with her. But the next guest that we do have coming, we did actually take them out, but this exclusive content will only be on Snapchat. We wanted to give free exclusive content because I know that some people do it like on Discord. I know some people go on Patreon, especially when they have podcasts. Patreon is the #1 like subscription app where people go and subscribe for extra exclusive content, but we wanted to do it completely free. So we did create a Snapchat for the podcast specifically, and that's where we're going to be dropping all of our exclusive Snapchat. And our goal is to have exclusive content for every creator that does come in, so you guys can see it on Snapchat. So make sure you guys follow us on Snapchat, and I promise you guys it's really good content. I am so excited for it. We had so much fun filming some of this stuff. And even if you guys want to give me ideas for extra segments to do with certain creators, please let me know. We had a lot of fun filming this. I really do hope you guys enjoy not only the podcast where we're sitting down talking, but also the exclusive content. So I'm so excited. This is how I felt when I used to film for the Elsy channel, when we would create just fun and funny content for you guys, and that's all our content was. This is literally how I felt, because it just feels like I'm having fun and I'm entertaining a crowd, but I'm also just creating good content. So to me, it's just fun. I feel like a little kid again. And I think that's pretty much it. I think I kind of went over everything that I wanted to kind of touch base on and tell you guys like the future plans. And one thing I did see, somebody was just like, please don't make this a monthly subscription. I promise you guys, we will not. Like, we have been really working on giving you guys weekly content, weekly creators. And like I said, if you guys want to see someone on this podcast, even if they're not creators, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments. I'm open to anything, or even give me ideas for segments. We are open to all of it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you guys so much for enjoying and watching the very first episode with Amanda. We were actually number 12 trending on YouTube, and we were trending also on Spotify podcast. So thank you guys so much. It did really well for the very first episode. Amanda loved it. She says she had a lot of fun, and I hope she did it with my awkward ass. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be posting sneak peeks of the next guest on our Snapchat. Make sure you guys follow it. I believe it's under me and who else, and I'll leave all the links below to the podcast socials, Spotify, Apple, everything will be in my description box below. Like I said, thank you guys so much for even listening. I'm so excited and nervous to see where this journey takes me. I'm like and I'm excited. Like, bitch, a lot could happen to me and I still stand 10 toes down. But you know what, everything that happens to you in life is because Jesus is helping you get ready for his kingdom. I think I'm ready for his kingdom because I've been through hell and back. Ooh. Not the hell part. No, sorry. I've never been there. Please. No, I've never been there. But I've been through a lot. So just a little words of encouragement. Just keep that in mind. If you guys are going through so much and feel like so much has happened in your life, keep this in mind. Jesus is building you and he's molding you into the person that you are today to get you ready for his kingdom. Can I get an amen? No, but seriously, I'm just so happy and I'm excited to see where it leads me. And yeah, we'll just see where it takes me. Thank you guys so much for even watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. By the time this video comes out, I'm sure we're gonna be dropping our next episode very soon. So with that being said, bye guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.